Pat McAfee has ruined the Saturday night main event. A historic match between Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton ruined.
Mouthing off with Mike, mouthing off with Mike, mouthing off with Mike.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Mouthing Off with Mike. It feels like an absolute eternity since we have been together. You and I and you here on YouTube to talk professional wrestling. But I'm back. Now, a lot's taken place in the last 3 to 4 months since you may have last seen me here on Mouthing Off with Mike. I am now officially a side of the ring, as in a side of 4 sides of the ring. I am officially a part of the faction. They called me up. They gave me an offer I just couldn't refuse to join the Good Brothers, to join my fellow New Yorkers. I have honorary Puerto Rican status now, so shout out to the boys. With all jokes aside, ladies and gentlemen, we're here to talk some professional wrestling. We're here to talk about WWE Super Bowl Wrestlemania 42. Back in Vegas. Part dos. We just did it last year. It's like I have deja vu. It's like Groundhog Day. The movie, not the actual day of Groundhog's Day where the groundhog sees his shadow and screws over all of you beautiful East Coast and Midwesterners into having 6 more weeks of winter. No, not that groundhog. I'm talking about the Groundhog Day movie. There has been much that can be spoken about regarding the road to WrestleMania from the start, from the Royal Rumble to the very last PLE before WrestleMania Elimination Chamber. We did that one together, you and I, here on Mouthing Off with Mike with the Elimination Chamber watch-along. That was the last time we've been together. We watched John Cena retire together. We watched AJ Styles retire together. It's been a very weird ending of 2025, beginning of 2026, and it's been an even stranger road to WrestleMania. But enough about that. We got to talk the graps. We got to start off with WrestleMania Night 1, Saturday night. We've got 13 matches, an uneven amount of matches, something that I'll talk about later on in this show. But with all that's being said, we know at the core, Pat McAfee has ruined the Saturday night main event. A historic match between Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton ruined by, and I quote, by CM Punk, Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee, a guy I love and respect because of how he came into the business. He went in NXT. He wrestled there. He was one of the best celebrities. I touted him as one of the best celebrity wrestlers to do it. Athletes, celebrities, interchangeable for me. But he's ruined WrestleMania Saturday. Let's talk about it. You know me, I like to start off things hot. So we're going to talk about WrestleMania Saturday night. First, we're going to take a brief pause to listen to a word from our sponsors here. The sponsors are just me. I'm sponsoring the show. So it'll just be a 30-second clip in between night 1 and night 2 of me telling you to go to my WWE shop affiliate link, check out my SeatGeek, go check out 4 Sides of the Ring, all of that shenanigans aside. WrestleMania Saturday night, first hour is going to be live on ESPN 2. First hour of WrestleMania Sunday night, night 2, will be live on ESPN. We know now, past Monday, on Raw, 6-man tag team match. Logan Paul, Austin Theory, and the unlikeliest of third men, I Show Speed, streamer, personality, internet personality, a guy who I think you could say kind of created this whole genre of streaming, live streaming, living. We see how many different clones. I guess the same could be said about wrestling podcasts. There was a first, and then everybody else kind of spawned after. The unlikely pairing of Austin Theory, Logan Paul, the new WWE Tag Team Champions, and IShowSpeed taking on the Usos, former champs, and LA Knight. Yeah. Not what I had anticipated from my boy LA Knight here on the WrestleMania card. Glad he's on the frickin' card. Happy to see he's on the WrestleMania card. Don't get it twisted here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm an LA Knight guy through and through. It just seemed like a point there where it didn't seem like he was going to make this card. I digress. I fully expect in this match on ESPN, or ESPN2, whatever, on ESPN, I fully expect, we know this is the match that's going to start the entire weekend for WrestleMania. This sets the freaking tone. You got to get out there and you got to set the tone. And this match is your tone setter. Questionable choice, might I add, as your tone setter for your entire Saturday show. Not only your entire Saturday show, but your entire weekend as a whole. I digress. Logan Paul, Austin Theory, IShowSpeed, somehow, some way, will pick up this win. They will. They're going to pick up this win. The three of them, the Vision, IShowSpeed, they're going to beat the Usos and LA Knight. It's going to be a strange match. IShowSpeed's going to have a crazy spot in this match. So is Logan Paul. I would 100% expect all these guys, all 6 men, to be on their tip-top. It goes without saying when you're looking at WrestleMania. I fully expect them to be in their tip-top. The second match featured on ESPN2, the unsanctioned match, Jacob Fatu versus the Scottish psychopath himself, Drew McIntyre. We know Drew McIntyre has been kind of floating back and forth between the UK and the US on the road to WrestleMania because he's filming the new Highlander movie. Yeah, Drew McIntyre. Not only is he a wrestler, not only is he Scottish, not only is he handsome, he's going to be in the new Highlander movie. Drew McIntyre going Hollywood. I think this is his second or third film. He was in the Killers game with Batista. He gets absolutely eviscerated in that movie. It's a very funny kill. I guess too late for a spoiler. The movie's been out for like 3 years. Fuck it. If you haven't seen it by this point, oops, my bad. Those 2 matches will be the first hour on ESPN. Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre's stuck in this weird vortex within WWE where we love you, we hate you, we don't know what to do with you. 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, we de-appreciate your value weekly. That's how it feels for poor Drew McIntyre. I fully expect Jacob Fatu to get a big win here with a singles match on WrestleMania. If I am correct, and I'm sure my good brother Booking Like a Mark, if he's watching elsewhere, he will correct me if I'm wrong, but this is Jacob Fatu's first WrestleMania singles match. And he's got himself a good dance partner with Drew McIntyre. But Jacob Fatu gonna get the win. Let's take a look. Let's talk some championships here. We're gonna get to Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton, or should I say Cody Rhodes versus Pat McAfee. But let's talk a singles championship that was actually won by AJ Lee back at the Elimination Chamber. We were here together. You and I, me and you, we were all together like one big happy family. Fortunately, Becky Lynch lost the title. AJ Lee is the Intercontinental Women's Champion. We just ran it back, like Jey Uso's theme song. Just run it back. I know we wanted AJ Lee to be Intercontinental Champion at some point. I wanted that. I am selfish. I'll admit that. I get why she wins the IC title in Chicago. You know, it's her adopted hometown now, thanks to, hubby CM Punk, who we'll talk later on. But I felt like you could have done maybe one more tag match with maybe Maxine and AJ Lee versus Becky and Natty at Chamber. And then you could have had this match now and made this match feel that much more impactful, important. What we were waiting for the last, decade, that AJ Lee hung up the Converse and drifted away and did comic books and wrote things and books and was a wife. I would much rather see AJ Lee win the big one at WrestleMania. And Triple H has famously said, we're in the business of making moments. What better moment to make at this year's WrestleMania than AJ Lee winning the Intercontinental Championship against Becky Lynch? Funny enough, I'm going to give the win to Becky Lynch against AJ Lee. I think Becky Lynch is going to win the title. She's going to win it back from AJ Lee. She's going to get a great moment at WrestleMania. That'll be it for AJ Lee in the IC title. Maybe we run this back. Maybe we don't. Hell, maybe AJ Lee does win and we go another direction. We already did Bayley versus AJ Lee on a Raw, which I thought was going to be the WrestleMania match. We know where Bayley and Lyra Valkyria slot into here with the Women's Tag Team Championship Fatal 4-Way, but I wanted a dream match. AJ Lee versus Bayley. Bayley, a woman who looked up to AJ Lee. Looked at her and decided that that's the reason why she wanted to be a professional wrestler. Give me Becky Lynch here. Speaking of the Women's Tag Team Championship Fatal 4-Way, let's talk about it. And I'm not talking Trick Willie, who is his girlfriend's in this match, Lash Legend, and Nia Jax defending the championships. I have to say, Lash Legend loses Mara Sade, formerly known as Jakara Jackson. The Metaphor disbands. It's a sad day for all of us Metaphor fans. But then Lash Legend, you knew you had something with her. WWE knew they had something with her. Look at her. Look at her. You knew you had something there. Now, Mrs. MOWM has referred to Lash Legend as the Meg the Stallion of WWE because she gives a very Meg the Stallion vibe. I'd like for them to lean into that a little bit more. Bougie Bully, lean into that. Give her that kind of persona. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen, Meg the Stallion in interviews and things. Like, something like that. Something like that. But happy for Lash Legend. We're big fans of Lash Legend here in the MOWM household. We met her. She complimented Mrs. MOWM. It made her day at WWE World in WrestleMania 40. She clocked me a little bit. She said, "He take care of you?" Mrs., she didn't hesitate or anything. But, she said, yeah. She gets treated real well. Don't you worry, ladies and gentlemen. Mrs. MOWM gets treated like royalty in this household. Wrestling has more than one royal family, and that's the MOWM family, ladies and gentlemen. Nia Jax, Lash Legend, very happy for both of these women. Nia Jax included. I was a big Nia Jax hater back in the day. You could not pay me to watch a Nia Jax match. Could not pay me to watch her wrestle. Now I'm paying to watch her wrestle this weekend at WrestleMania. They're going to defend the titles. Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. Mwah. A beautiful pairing between two iconic women's wrestlers, surefire first ballot Hall of Famers, Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. Bayley and Lyra Valkyria, Mike Bird Lady and Bayley. Great pairing as well. They're going to get a redo from last year's WrestleMania when Bayley got cut out of WrestleMania in honor of Becky Lynch. So Becky and Lyra could have a little Irish sisterhood moment there, winning the tag titles. And of course, one of my favorites of all time, you can look but you can't touch, the Bella Twins, Nikki Bella and Brie Bella. Now, as of this moment, photos have come out, surfaced on social media, that Nikki Bella's still in the walking boot. Now, don't be concerned, ladies and gentlemen. This could just be a precautionary measure so that she's good to go Saturday at WrestleMania. But, listen, if I could get up right now without giving you content that should be behind a paywall, I would do it for all of you right now to hit the dance. Just, you can look, but you can't touch. You can't see it in the stars above. Give me the Bella Twins. First time ever WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, WrestleMania 42. Give me the Bella Twins. What else we got? We're covered 4. We're on a good pace here. We've got 3 more to go. Like I said, an uneven match card. I don't like uneven cards. I don't like having 7 on one night and 6 on the second night. That makes me feel like some shenaniganery is going to ensue on one of these nights. Or one of these matches on Saturday night is going to be super quick or super short. Or I genuinely don't know. I've got 3 more to go. Seth Rollins versus the Ring General, the career killer, Gunther. Now, this past Thursday, you heard me on 4 Sides of the Ring. We talked a lot about this match. We talked a lot about how simplicity in a wrestling feud is your friend, especially when your original dance partner has a freak injury that takes him off of the WrestleMania card. We knew Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker were going to wrestle at WrestleMania. Braun Breaker took Seth out of his own faction. But we put this together. So a thrown together story. Well, it's not even a story. There's no story. There is a baby story. Let me dial this back. A thrown together match for 2 guys that you cannot leave off the WrestleMania card. You cannot leave Seth Rollins off the WrestleMania card. Seth Rollins is the modern day Mr. WrestleMania. The guy's there. And when he's on that WrestleMania card, he shows up. Gunther, a guy that you left off the WrestleMania card a few years ago. You don't have anything for Gunther? So what do? Braun Breaker's hurt. Seth needs an opponent. Gunther's not even on the card. let's do Seth Rollins versus Gunther, and let's add Paul Heyman into the mix by having Paul Heyman mercenary hire Gunther to take Seth out for the Vision and Braun Breaker and everything. But Gunther spun this by saying, I don't think you're as good as you think you are, buddy. I'm going to expose you, you fraud. That's enough to move me. I'm more excited about Seth Rollins and Gunther than I am excited about one of my favorites right now in the game, Cody Rhodes' main event match. I'm more excited about this match, a match that wasn't even on the WrestleMania card 2 weeks ago, as opposed to a match that's been on the WrestleMania card for 4 weeks with Cody and Randy. They can make sense. Seth and Gunther, simplicity wins sometimes. Seth Rollins is not going to win this match, unfortunately. Gunther's going to win. Braun Breaker's showing up. Hoo, hoo, hoo. You can get the dogs barking for Backlash in Italy, in old Italy. Gunther's going to get the win here at WrestleMania. This is a frickin' blood feud, man. You had Liv Morgan calling Stephanie Vaquer a you-know-what, a hooer. She was a hooer. Called her a hooer. Called her a sloot. Called Stephanie Vaquer's mother a hooer and a sloot. Stephanie Vaquer put this girl's head into another girl's head. Both of them ended up with new third eyes right on their head. I'm not talking third eyes. I'm talking third eyes right there in the middle of their domes. Look at that. Look at that knot on Liv and Roxanne's heads. Look, boom, right there. Right there for you. You know the power of editing. I probably edited this while I was driving to Vegas with no sleep so I could get there in time so I could vlog all the crazy shit at WWE World Friday and the Superstore for all of you. Because that's coming too. You don't think I'm capitalizing on these gains, baby? Because I'll be there. And I will be recording everything I can possibly record. Because I'm going to get my money's worth this year. You bet your damn ass I am. Stephanie Vaquer, Liv Morgan. This is a blood feud with no stipulation. Sad. Just a little sad on this. You want to talk about a match that could have used just a little sprinkle of something? This match. I love me some Steph. I love me some Liv Morgan. Now, mind you, I don't love pop star Liv Morgan. I love you, Liv, but that music video, that song Trouble is... trouble. Steph. Big Steph. Women's World Champion. Been the Women's World Champion now. Quite some time. She defended that title mainly against Raquel. 4 title defenses against Raquel. Kind of diabolical when you look at it. Liv Morgan is one of the best to do it. I don't know how this match goes. Part of me says Stephanie Vaquer retains the championship, and we move on. And we line up some new opponents for Steph, and that's the end of it. A part of me thinks Liv Morgan wins because of how Liv Morgan really is a cornerstone in the women's division now. As much as you don't want to admit it, she is. A part of me thinks they're going to build to something different here. Stephanie Vaquer, Liv Morgan, no stipulation. This would have been a really good Inferno match scenario. This would have been a good Hell in a Cell match. This could have been a good Steel Cage match. When's the last time we had a good classic Steel Cage match on a WrestleMania? Just a good classic Steel Cage. Love a good classic Steel Cage. Not Escape by the Cage, though. No. No. None of that bullshit. Pinfall submission Steel Cage match. That's the stipulation. We don't do none of this walk out the door, climb over the top. None of that. Pinfall submission Steel Cage match stipulation is the GOAT. This match could have used the stip. 100% of stipulation here. I'm going to give the win to Stephanie Vaquer just because I think Raquel Rodriguez's jealousy is finally going to consume her here. And I think she's going to either inadvertently cost Liv the championship or full-blown cost Liv the championship, thus in turn exploding Judgment Day at its core. And last but certainly not least, on the WrestleMania Saturday card, it's so hard. Because you gotta like... I got basically jumped on the episode of Four Sides from a few weeks ago on our show with about Cody Rhodes. And, he needs to lose the title, and Cody Rhodes is so boring, and he sucks, and a creative, and why is he like this, and why did Cody do this, and why is Cody like that? And this guy has been getting royally screwed over at every turn. They can try to screw him over for 3 WrestleManias in a row. 39. He was supposed to win that title at 39. Nope. Call was made. Roman's retaining the championship. He's going to hit 1,000. We know who made that call now. No chance. Yeah, no chance in hell. You know who made that call. WrestleMania 40. He almost loses his main event spot that he freaking earned in the Royal Rumble to The Rock. Because The Rock said, I don't want to do movies anymore. I don't want to make millions with the movies. I want to come back and make millions and interject myself into Wrestlemania and interject myself into this. And Cody, you can wait till next year. Don't you worry. Here's the problem with that. Here's the big problem with WrestleMania 40. And if they had Cody just stepped aside, he doesn't get the championship last year at 41 because you have a heel John Cena. You know what I mean? You do it at SummerSlam, devalues it. You don't get one of the greatest, the second best WrestleMania moment in history. I don't want to hear about it. Guys, they have tried to fuck this guy over royally every year, and he comes out of it better than before, stronger than ever, with the crowd behind him like no one else. You'll hear the boos. I heard the boos when I went to SmackDown a few weeks ago. I heard them. They're there. Whatever. Boo him, hate him, love him. You don't gotta. You know what I mean? He's getting a reaction out of you. That's all that matters. If he's not getting a reaction, we have a problem. You know who's getting a reaction out of everybody? Pat McAfee. I love you, Pat. I sung his praises for years. When he came to NXT Black and Gold, and him and Adam Cole had a master class in just outside collaboration translating to the in-ring abilities of what you could get between a world-class pro wrestler and an athlete celebrity. They did so many good things. Adam Cole showing up to Pat McAfee's studio. Cody Rhodes showed up to Pat McAfee's studio on Wednesday's show, but he didn't show up during the show. He showed up before the show went live, took a bat to the picture of him and to Pat and Randy and destroyed the set a little bit, and Pat and the boys lapped it up and said they're going to file criminal charges against Cody. Pat, when they beat down Cody and they took the title, Pat and Randy, I should say Pat. Randy never held the title. Pat held the title. Pat took it to his show, stole it from Cody. You've got your your QB1, on the road to WrestleMania, at media, at press events, on socials, with no fucking championship. Until he got it back, Wednesday. So it's more about Cody Rhodes versus Pat McAfee than it is about Randy Orton here. 20 years of history, the legacy, Cody coming into the business, Randy Orton trying to punt Dusty. All of these moments and memories and everything, just from the last 2 years of Randy looking at Cody over the shoulder when he won the title, hoisting him in the middle of the ring at WrestleMania 40, being there for that moment, being there for when Cody left the company, being there when Cody came back for the company, being there as a friend, Cody being there for Randy when Randy was being a piece of shit back in the day. Cody comes out today, basically says, look, most of the time we reach out to them. We say, hey, we want to get you involved in this. Not the other way around. So Cody pulled the curtain back. You could tell. Cody's pissed over this. He's fed up. He's done with this. This is 3 years in a row. Travis Scott last year with The Rock and all that bullshit. The year before, The Rock and the Roman and the Seth and all that bullshit that could have just been Cody and Roman and that's it. We didn't need a tag match, but we got it. It was fun. Whatever. Play the best of the Attitude Era. 39, Vince making the call for Roman to hit 1,000. All of those things. Boom, boom, boom. He was supposed to be the guy. You could tell Triple H that's his guy for Triple H. Funny enough, Triple H saying he have no backup. There's no backup QB1. There's no backup to Cody or Seth or Gunther, or people like that. Like, bro, how do you not have backups to these people? That's the whole point of the fucking NXT and the NIL program, Triple H. That's the whole point of the whole program, is to have the backups. What are you doing right now with Ethan Page and Ricky Saints? You're building them up so they have their next generation of stars. What are you doing with the Javon Evans and Trick Williams and Obafemi? You mean to tell me Obafemi's not the next Cody Rhodes? Or Trick Williams isn't the next Randy Orton, let's just say? Maybe not Randy, but he's not the next big heel? Silliness. Anyway, Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton. 20 years of history. I could spend another 20 minutes just talking about this match. It'll infuriate me. My blood is already boiling. We're already at 25 minutes and we still got night 2 to talk about. I don't know who's going to win. I don't know if Jelly Roll's coming out. I don't know if Swiss Roll's coming out. I don't know if Joe Jonas, who's singing the national anthem on Sunday night's going to come out and sing I've been to the year 3000 and then hit Cody Rhodes with a spaceship. Hell, while we're at it, we might as well call Hannah Montana and get the best of both worlds up in this bitch. Stupid. These are 2 of my favorite guys of all time. Randy's one of my favorites. It's insane to think about. Insane. Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, WWE Undisputed Championship, the very title that sits right here behind me. This is what it's all about. Pat said if Randy loses, he's never going to show up to WWE again. And we know that's never going to happen. Pat will be back. Pat will be back next week on commentary. Pat will be back to yeeting and looking like a mark. He calls us all marks in the IWC and this and that, like it's a dig. Sorry, I want my, wrestling to be good, and I don't want a guy who has no business being in this feud. If Pat was involved 20 years ago in a random legacy segment that took place in Indianapolis when Pat was still punting, and, Pat watched Randy punt Cody or some shit when legacy, I'm good. You've given me a reason. You've given me a reason now for Pat McAfee to be involved. I have no reason. Doesn't need to be here. Jelly Roll doesn't need to be here either. At least Jelly Roll respects it a little bit more, I think. I take Cody, I'm playing to my guy. I take Randy, I'm going to be disappointed. Randy's going to win the title. It's going to leave everybody deflected here. My big theory is that this is leading to a TKO versus WWE storyline, and we're going to talk about it after a word from our sponsors. Don't go anywhere. Night 2's coming up hot, and I'm hot now. Now I'm getting the groove, baby. I'm back.
What's up, Ringsiders? WrestleMania is this weekend, and if you're not in the building, you're missing history. But don't worry. Thanks to Pat McAfee for hooking up the universe, actually had us wanting to do the exact same thing. So, thanks to our partnership with SeatGeek, you can get into the biggest show of the year without breaking so much bread. From all the insane entrances to the unforgettable moments, this is where you want to be. Right now, new users can get $20 off their first ticket purchase when you use our exclusive promo code 4SidesOTR. Green means good, red means bad, so don't click red. That's 4SidesOTR. Lock in your seats, feel the energy, and witness WrestleMania live. Oh, and tell them the bad guy sent you.
We're back in here after a brief word from our sponsors, our good brothers with 4 sides of the ring. 4 sides of the ring. I am 4 sides of the ring too. It's been it's been a learning curve. I'm used to being just me, Mike, just the mic that likes to mouth off. I've been very accustomed to just being a solo act here my whole life. So it's weird being a part of a group. I feel like the Beatles, like we just came together. Got everything down. Now we're like the Beatles of the podcast game, I guess. It's a bold claim. Go watch 4 Sides of the Ring, me included in that, because I'm a part of the sides now. I'm the 4th side. So the 4th side of the ring, like the side of the ring that's not on hard cam, but it's like facing the commentary. That's my side of the ring. I'm the commentary side of the ring, right? That's my side. So catch that. Predictions already live. We did them Thursday night on YouTube. I cut out early because I am currently on the road to WrestleMania. This will be number 5 for Mike and Mrs. So you'll see the 5th Mania Mike and Mrs. vlog, and you'll see the Superstore merch haul, and you'll see how much does it cost to really attend WrestleMania. I'll break down the math. I love math. I love me some math. Not Steiner math. Some Mike math, brother. All right, enough of that. Let's get back to the matches here. Sunday night, WrestleMania. I think a pretty good card overall. We have 2 matches, once again, on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports and entertainment, and we are kicking off WrestleMania Sunday night with Obafemi, the Ruler, versus the Beast incarnate, Brock Lesnar. Obafemi should wipe the floor with Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. I'm going to manifest it. Obafemi is going to squash the Beast incarnate, Brock Lesnar, on WrestleMania Sunday night. The Ruler, who is here, who to stay, who. So we're cutting that. Intercontinental Championship ladder match. I love me a good WrestleMania is not WrestleMania without a ladder match, damn it. And I'm getting a damn good one. I've built it in the past since day one. We like to call it when we've got a priority and we've got a majority of luchadors in a match. We got lucha lusciousness here tonight. We've got the Intercontinental Champion Penta, Cero Miedo, taking on the young OG. He's so bouncy. Yes, he is. Javon Evans versus Dragon Lee versus Big Head JD McDonough versus Rusev versus the master of the 619, Hall of Famer, and deadbeat father himself, Rey Mysterio. This is a strange one, might I add. Penta could retain. Javon Evans could become the youngest Intercontinental Champion in history. Dragon Lee could finally get a taste of main roster gold outside of the tag division. JD McDonough could actually do something for a change. Rusev could get an opportunity to become Intercontinental Champion. And Rey Mysterio could become another Intercontinental Championship. He could add another reign to his title. My pick is right here. He's always here. I would put the mask on, but my hair is looking so damn good right now, so I'm not going to mess up this do. Look at that, man. Woo! 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 That's what I'm saying. Penta is going to retain the championship at WrestleMania. Give me a Penta. And still, Cero Miedo, Intercontinental Champion of the world. I've got it over here on my right shoulder. If you're watching at home, this is your left. The United States Championship is being defended by Sami Zayn. I'm Sami Zayn. I'm going to be world champion. If you watched Four Sides of the Ring a couple weeks ago, I wasn't there. I was in an unnamed alleyway in Bronx, New York, with a Latin individual with all sorts of felonies in his waistband. If you catch that reference, I will give you $20 if you see me at WrestleMania in Vegas. If you could tell me who I'm referencing there, it's not an exact reference, but there's a reference there, and I'll give you a hint. It's a song, and it's by a rapper. Anyway, Sami Zayn, Trick Williams. I'm Sami Zayn, and I'm going to be world champion. Now, Sami Zayn is going to be United States champion again, defeating Carmelo Hayes a couple weeks ago on the road to WrestleMania. And I already had my crash out a few weeks ago, so you can go catch out the Four Sides episode from Thursday, my predictions with them. Our predictions. See, it's a learning curve. Go check those out. You'll hear what I have to say about this match. Trick Williams. Whoop that trick. Yeah. Whoop that trick. Whoop that trick. I like it. New United States champion, Trick Willie. Get the lemon pepper steppers on. Start stepping. Oh my God, I just stubbed my toe. Oh, God. I wasn't wearing my lemon pepper steppers. Fuck. Owie. Ow. Fuck. Oh. God, my poor toes. My dogs. How will I financially recover from this? How do you think I paid for my WrestleMania seats? Finn Balor, the Demon, who I personally wish this would have been a surprise, even though we all knew it was happening. The Demon Finn Balor makes his triumphant return to WrestleMania for the first time since WrestleMania 39, and his loss to the Rated R Superstar Edge, now known as the wrestler Adam Copeland, or Cope, or CNC with Cage. I'm not going to ask questions about that one. He'll take on Judgment Day member Dominic Mysterio. Finn Balor needs a win, man. Finn Balor needs a win bad. So I'm going to give the win to Finn Balor. Demon against Dom. Dom has no idea what to expect. Unless Dom pulls out some sort of fucking new masked character and he decides to throw on a mask and throws the Demon off track here. I could see it. You know, Dom will probably wear like the OG Mysterio family mask in an entrance, or Dom's going to get a special entrance for sure. This might be the first time we've seen the AAA Mega Championship on WrestleMania. Now, it's not being defended, but it's still on the show. It's going to be on Dom's waist. So this will be the first time I think we've ever seen a AAA Championship on a WrestleMania, which I think is pretty swell. But give me Demon Finn Balor getting the win here and ending him and Dirty Dom's feud that has been teased, and they've edged us for months, and dare I say, they've edged us for about a year. And I'm not talking this edge. I'm talking they edged us. Jade Cargill defends the WWE Women's Championship against Mommy Rhea Bloody Ripley. It's a tough one, man. You have Jade hold the title for the entire year. She has a couple title defenses. She's not a great champion. You don't book her well. You don't book her right. You finally kind of lean into what they were doing in AEW for her with having a faction and adding Shin and B-Fab and having the baddies again, which is a great decision, to be honest. Jade and the baddies always worked in AEW, and it works in WWE with Shin and B-Fab. It does. 100% it does. I think this Jade will be 2-0 on WrestleMania in all capacity, currently, or 1-0 at least. Does she go 2-0, 1-0 in the singles debut? Not when Rhea Ripley's in town, ladies and gentlemen. And Rhea Ripley has a score to settle because you touched Rhea Ripley's precious, adorable Io Sky. And you don't touch Rhea Ripley's adorable, precious Io Sky. It was a very strange promo that Rhea Ripley cut. It felt almost as strange as me saying, you don't touch Rhea's Io, little Io, her adorable little Io. It felt just as uncomfortable as me getting right on your face there, staring you down in your soul if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're not, if you're listening to this on the audio side, I am staring you down. Been blinked in 35 seconds now. Ripley's in the building. You don't touch her precious Io Sky, and you don't toy with Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. Rhea Ripley and new Women's WWE Champion. Mommy is on top in Vegas again. Next up, last but certainly not least, here's a match that had me ready to rip my shirt off and run through a wall. And then this past Monday, they started doing one of these to each other. Hey, ho, what are we doing here? This is a wrestling feud. This ain't fucking therapy. You want to do therapy, dog? I can refer you to a therapist. What are we doing here? And I'm talking Dr. Shelby, who helped Team Hell No. That Dr. Shelby can help these two if they need therapy. I want hate. As an enrolled member of Hate You now with 4 sides of the ring, I want hate, ladies and gentlemen. I want hate between these two. CM Punk invoked this man's dead dad. Roman called him old. I'm still cold on that. Then Roman cuts a presidential promo on Raw, pre-tape video. And they have face-to-face, and they have a face-to-face glaze-off in the middle of the ring on Raw. Well, Phil, I'm envious of you, too. I can't believe the crowd chanted your name for 10 years. I hope when I'm done, they chant my name for 10 years. That's what he does. Those are the faces. Those are the faces he makes. He's got to show the teeth. Look. Yeah, Phil. That's all I saw this whole feud. Fucking big-ass teeth. Now, mind you, my teeth ain't nothing to write home about. They're a little crooked. I had braces for a few years. It's starting to move again. Can't find my retainer. It's cooked. It's over. GG's. We had a good run. It don't matter. Then Punk says, I'm jealous of you. You had 10 WrestleMania main events. You were handed. I wish I was a Nepo baby. What the fuck are we doing here? Why are we working back everything you just worked for? You made us care about this feud because these guys fucking hate each other. Then you said, nah, you know what? They don't really actually hate each other. They kind of like each other a little bit because they're kind of the same. They're both egomaniacs that are narcissists that are both manipulative hypocrites at the same time. They're both the same personality. They're both egomaniacs with narcissistic qualities that can manipulate anybody to do their will and their bidding while also being absolute mega hypocrites. They're both the same. Punk spewing all this bullshit about a buy one, get one free WrestleMania BOGO main event of a buy one, get two wrestling shows free combo ticket. Meanwhile, the guy's ecstatic last year to be in the main event of night 1 of Mania in a triple threat with Seth and Roman. This year, he's ecstatic to be in the night 2 main event against Roman. Hypocrite. Roman Reigns. I'm going to save wrestling. I'm going to save the WWE. We are going to take back the title and put it back on top and put this company back on top. Who's we? Who's we? Because the last time I checked, you were Samoan. I'm Italian, and I don't know what the fuck Punk is. Who's we? Because I'm not French here. Huh? And Pat McAfee, with the whole Cody Rhodes thing, You don't think there's pieces of this puzzle that are right in front of our faces that we're just not connecting clearly? I'm just going to shake it out a little bit. There you go. Shake it out. Shake it out. There's so many pieces of the puzzle that are right in front of us. So here's how WrestleMania ends, right? Pat McAfee fucks over Cody for the title. Randy wins. Night 1. Boom. Night 2, we've heard his name on this road to WrestleMania, and it's like Bloody Mary. Say her name 3 times and she appears. Beetlejuice. Say his name 3 times and he appears. We've heard The Rock's name at least 6 times. 2 times over for 2 appearances. And we're going to get that big appearance Sunday night at WrestleMania. The Rock will come back and fuck Punk out of that championship. And the corporate powers will show their ugly head. And I think Dwayne's going to become an on-screen character for TKO. And I think they're going to plant those seeds of division between Triple H and The Rock weekly. Or every other week. Or every big pay-per-view. Or whenever the fuck The Rock wants to show up. You'll have The Rock butting heads at Triple H saying, no, we're not doing that. I'm doing it this way. Here's what we're doing. No, he doesn't get a title shot. He gets a title shot. And they're going to play that live on screen. Because this is going to be the Unreal era. Every 3-6 months, there's a new era in WWE. This month is the Pat McAfee era, where everything is fucking ruined thanks to his Yinzer ass. The new era after WWE and WrestleMania ends is the TKO era. The Corporate Rock era. The Fight Back era. Who's we? Last I checked, Roman's not French. Neither am I. You might be, and if you're watching in France, bonjour. Je m'appelle Mike. I want Punk to retain the championship because Punk's been the best champion in WWE this year. Can't say all of pro wrestling because MJF had a hell of a run. Punk should retain the championship. Punk should get his WrestleMania main event. Punk should get his title retained because he's been the best champion in the company. And I think you have Punk come out of that and Backlash in Italy, and he drops the title to an Obafemi, a Gunther, somebody else, not Roman Reigns, that's going to take the title, leave, go film a movie, go film this, go do that, go babysit, and not be on our weekly television. Because that world title means something now. Funny enough, that world title means something. And Seth worked his ass off to make it mean something. And Damian Priest worked his ass off to make it mean something. And Gunther worked his ass off to make it seem something. And then Gunther worked his ass off again to make it worthwhile and make it seem like something after the Yeet Man took it hostage. And Punk made that title something. So I'd hate for him to get shafted here by The Rock, by Roman, by TKO, because we love the Samoan Superman over here. That's my take. I want Punk to retain the championship. That's my guy. He'll always be my guy. You can't tell me shit about him. I'm biased as all hell when it comes to him. One of the best to ever do it. One of the best talkers in the game. One of the best overall personalities in the business outside of what transpired in AEW. Because you can't really. That's kind of its own thing. It's kind of its own thing. But one of the best to ever do it. Surefire first ballot Hall of Fame, perennial wrestling mind that you'll have in the company for years to come. The problem here is, what does TKO want? I think TKO wants Roman to get that championship again. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be an interesting weekend, to say the least. It's going to be an interesting weekend. We've got a lot of wrestling. Make sure, if you're going to WrestleMania this weekend, make sure to follow me on social media at MOWM_podcast. I will be live. I will be there. We will be having fun with the people. I will be live Friday at WWE World. So if you catch me, if you like, don't bombard, like, don't corner me or anything like that. And I also know I ain't no fucking celebrity over here. But, like, if you see me, throw me a head nod. Give me a dap. Say what's up, Mike. Tell me where's the moves. Buy me a shot. Give me a little, MJ. I'm a man of simple pleasures. But I'll see you guys, WrestleMania Vegas. There'll be vlogs. There'll be social media content. You can find it all right here at MOWM_podcast. You can also find it all right here at Four Sides OTR. And, of course, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment down below what match you're most excited about for WrestleMania 42. I'm out of here. See you guys. Bye.
Mouthing off with Mike. Mouthing off with Mike. Mouthing off with Mike.